Are you spending a lot of time looking for setups and struggling for faster lap times? Are you tired of searching online for answers? Would you like to get setups, analysis and tutorials from some of the best sim racers in the world like Ralph Alla, Mitchell de Jong, Martin Krunker, Josh Rogers and many more? If so, virtualracingschool.com is the answer you've been looking for. VRS data packs provide hot laps from our professional coaches for you to analyse and replicate. They provide tutorials that walk you through the fastest laps and what the pros did to achieve the best times. And they provide the setups you need to ensure your car is competitive in both oval and road racing. If you're ready to get faster and reach more podiums sooner than later, just go to virtualracingschool.com and sign up for a free account today.
Virtual.
You were moved.
Hello and welcome to the DNLS Community Cup. It's the third round of what is an amazing season this time around. So I can't wait to get things going. It's the third round, as I said. Above me are my two German colleagues. My name is still Tobias Brockmann, Markus and Jörg. They're doing great, as I can see on the screen, and I don't get why my image is all blurred, but I don't care actually. Since we have quite a bit going today, we got the quali race as again like last time, 3 laps to do the grid for the main race, which will start at around 8:15 Central European time, or from you guys from the UK it will be 7:15. Can't wait for that one. We got a lot of cars going, and this is a simulation which we're going. It's iRacing, as we've just seen on screen. And I think Markus is hiding a cat somewhere on the screen. Whatever. So, this is our calendar for this year. We are on the third round. It's the 28th of May 2021. We're driving on the Nürburgring Combined VLN version, as we will do for the next 2 rounds. We will have a summer break, or somewhat summer break, in June. No race in June, but we will then retake everything on the 9th of July 2021. Same time, same place, before we will head on to the 20th of August 2021 for round 5. Then round 6 and 7 will take place on the combined 24-hour track in October. In September, obviously, we have the Sim Racing Expo at the Nürburgring, if everything goes great and everything stays great, hopefully. We're looking kind of good here. So, from all you viewers, I hope you're all excited for this amazing race taking place today on the most brutal and well-known racetrack in the world, the Nürburgring Nordschleife. So, race facts for tonight. We're still Nürburgring, we're still having the SP9s, the Cup 2s, the SP10, the SP3T, and about 60 teams driving. They just had a 15-minute lone qualifier, which might still go on at the minute, maybe. Then we have the quali race. 3-lap quali race, as we said before, should take about half an hour, 45 minutes. Then we got the mighty main race, 22 laps to go. We got 2 fast repairs this time by, with driver change as well. 2 fast repairs, which take a penalty of 2 minutes in the penalty box, and then got the incidents 26-5 system, which will mean the first penalty will occur after 26 incidents, and then every 5 incident points. 24.150 kilometers is it today. We got a nice, cozy 18 degrees Celsius out there, so like in the real world. But it feels a lot more due to the sun shining. 29 degrees track temperature. There is like little to no wind whatsoever. It's like 4 kph, so that is actually pretty great. Let's look at the team standings right now. In the overall standings in the SP9, we got Team Heusingveld with 29.86 points and started all races we had so far. So 2 quali races, 2 main races. Then we got Urano Esports Huawei, 29.66 points, shortly behind. Then we got a big gap there with Adrenaline 4.6 points behind. That is quite a lot, to be honest, in this stage, especially when you think about Urano being like that close behind them. E3 Esports Alpha and Keep on Racing are in Vision SCS. They're shortly behind, 8.19, 8.41 points behind. But then 11 to 20, we got another 7 points that differ between the teams. We got nice liveries there. The WS Racing Esports I will refer to as the Gitti BMW when we see them. Piranha Sim Racing, they got the name on the side of the car. Sim Racing Academy Black, again a classic design from their side in the number 22 car. P13 currently in the team standings for the SP9 class. And the last 4 participants, well, we got Schubert Motorsport GT3, which have not had a nice car. Then we got the other Gitti BMW with the number 118 in 23rd position. Arta Motorsport DNLS in the 22nd. And SimScene Racing 169 in the 21st. The Cup 2, which are our Porsche 911 GT3 Cup cars. The 292 Sim Racing Academy Red leads there with half a point difference to IE Sim Racing Schweiz Cup, also well-known design from their side. WNSE Motorsport on 3rd position, 4 points difference there. So again, we got the top 2 closely behind each other, with then the 3rd position being 4 points off. SimRC Cup on 4th position, followed by SimSport Cup 2. ProDyna E-Racing 256 on 6th position, currently very closely followed by the Gitti Porsche there from WS Racing Esports. Wolf Motorsport Sim Racing also behind an 8th, Racetech Performance Green in 9th, and R4F Esports Cup on 10th position with 11.03 points, exactly the same as Herzog Motorsport has, 11.03 points currently. And on 12th we got the Deutsche Payment at Race Union, followed by Racetech Performance Pink, the RST Knetzgau e.V., T3 Sports Beta on 15th, Impulse Racing 215 on 16th, and Epic Sim Racing Yellow with the Epic design on last. So in our GT4 category in the SP10 class, we got Schubert Motorsport leading at the moment with about a point difference towards Adrenaline E Motorsport GT4. The Keep on Racing R Vision STS Porsche though, 3rd position, almost 10 points behind, so a little bit more to gain from their side. Team Racegetter then on 4th, followed by GMS Racing on 5th. Ringifiziert Sim Racing SP10 in 6th position, followed by Sim Racing GT4. ProRunner E-Racing on 8th. DE SimSport on 9th, and EPS Rennsport Esports, also they got their name on the side of the bright blue Porsche. Well, 23 points of difference between P1 and P10 gap already. Let's see then the positions further on. By the way, EPS Rennsport Esports, they got 3 points despite only racing 2 races. So SP3T, the class with the Heusingvelds. We got 2 Heusingveld cars, both leading here in the 1st and the 2nd spot, though the 401 car having slightly difficulties in the last race, only scoring little points there, so 19.29 there. T3 Esports Delta in third position, being closer to the second position than second is to first. German Sim Racing with the 444 car number 4. Then we got the GT Temple Racing car on the fifth position, followed by Impulse Racing, 5-star Motorsport Black, WS Racing Esports, that's the Gitti Audi as you would refer, and Sim Projects Racing Team. This is like the Cup 2, a single car class. So, this is going to be interesting today. I want to know, how do these guys compete in the quali race, which is a sprint race essentially. It's the same distance the WTCR used to go during the 24-hour race as the support race. As we look at the sign of Exmühle, we will get our grid shortly to get underway. Let's look at the weather again. It got a bit toasty on the track. Track temp increased to 33 degrees Celsius or 91 Fahrenheit for some of you Imperial guys. It's partly cloudy, it's 60% humidity, so that should prove quite interesting during the race, especially if the track keeps heating up. So let's look at the starting grid for the quali race. Adrenaline E Motorsport ahead of Team Heusingwelt and Urano Esports Heineken Media. The Huawei car follows on fourth, then T3 Esports Alpha and Phoenix Racing Esports in the third row, followed by RN Vision SCS and MSC Outside Esports in the 8th position. Let's look further behind then. 9th is Epic Sim Racing Red with WS Racing Esports 118 besides them, followed by Progressive Sim Racing Bravo on 11th, SimScene Racing in 12th, iLivery's Wipe Sports Red in 13th, Sim Racing Academy 14th, Phoenix Racing Esports DNLS 2 and 15th position, and Raceline Sim Sports 8 seconds behind the leader, which isn't that much on the Nordschleife, is starting from position 16. Let's look further back. Team Race Gitter GT3 number 180 and 17th, Piranha in 18th, German Sim Racing Purple on 19th, Schubert on 20th, so not last. Liveries Vibe Sports Purple on 21st, WS Racing Esports 2 on 22nd, and Artal Motorsport DNLS on 23rd position. So the last three guys didn't put in a lap time, so they start at the back of the SP9 grid. But let's look ahead at the Cup 2 category. So IES Sim Racing Schweiz Cup, first position, pole position there, followed by W&S E Motorsport. Then SimRC Cup 2 on 3rd, Deutsche Payment on 4th, MSC Knetzgau on 5th, WS Racing on 6th, ProDyna E Racing on 7th, and Racetech Performance Green in the 8th position. Epic Sim Racing Yellow follows then in 9th, followed by Wolf Motorsport Sim Racing in 10th, Sim Sport Cup 2 in 11th, R4F Esports Cup in 12th, Racetech Performance Pink in 13th, Sim Racing Academy Red in 14th, Impulse Racing no time as well as Sim Racing Academy Black, and Herzog Motorsport at the back of the Cup 2 grid. So interesting to see what they're going to do on the track without any lap times taken. Our second to last category then, the SP10. SimScene Racing takes pole position for this quali race, followed by DE Sim Sport, Ringifiziert Sim Racing and Schubert Motorsport. That's the top four. Adrenaline E Motorsport GT4 then on 5th position, ProDyna E Racing GT4 on 6th, Team RaceGitter.de GT4 on 7th, and Keep On Racing RN Vision SDS on 8th position. And 9th and last, that's EPS Rennsport Esports without any lap time whatsoever. Let's have a look then at our last class. If we have the time to do so, I guess we don't, because we do a Team Heusingwelt then in the first row, followed by Impulse and German Sim Racing, Sim Projects Racing Team and 5-star Motorsport Black in 5 and 6, T3 and WS Racing in 7th and 8th position for the SP3T class, our TCR cars, TCR-like cars. Let's have a look then. GT Temple, oh, we got 9 this time. That's going to be interesting because I really like those cars racing on the track. They're very close together till the very end of 17 minutes into the live stream, and we got ourselves the first race start of the evening. Let's look then Adrenaline leading up, Weisenwald following. We wait for the green light, for the green flag. Let's look at the wave man, and here we go. The race has opened and we got some swerving out to the outside already. Adrenaline defending. The Urano cars quite attacking already. One going to the inside. Ooh, it looks like there might be a second one challenging the Heusenwald vehicle. But no, the Mercedes staying on the inside. Oh, Adrenaline with a lightly loose rear there. You can see the Mercedes not giving in to the M4 GT3. But now it's on the inside and it might take the position. Oh, there was a slight collision between those, and in the back we got some drivers to take the evasive route. They still side by side. On the lower right, by the way, you got the Porsche Cup cars. Okay, nice and easy there then for the Lamborghini. As we have a look at the Cup 2 category, the number 205, having had a great start already, coming into the inside as long... Yeah, no late brakes there. I mean, it's a sprint race, but still you don't want to thrash it into the first corner. So, let's go then. The SP10 and the SP3T starting together. Let's have a look then how the start goes for them. There we go, getting ready. It's a long drive to the starting zone. And there we go, the race is also started for the GT4s, for the SP10 and obviously for the SP3T in the background as well. You can see the straight line speed of those BMWs and Porsches being a lot quicker than that one of the Audis. As I get a live timing right now, so we can have a look, ladies and gentlemen. It's still Adrenaline, Urano, Heusenwald, Urano in the SP9. Then here in the SP10 we got Simstein Racing still leading, but now Schubert Motorsport, René Penquit again trying to go for it in front of Christian Bug in the BMW for the Simsport. There we go. Nice start from their side as well, but let's have a look then back to the SP9 on the left side then. So our Vision SCS is already attacking T3 Esports Alpha's Lamborghini. They want to make up a position and they might actually do it on the right side. By the way, we still got the GT4s that are currently heading for the Nordschleife. But let's see if Vasilios Velaziotis can overtake Gensoman here. Close fights, not in this braking zone, but maybe in the draft uphill towards Kastelchen. Or maybe not. We had to ease off the throttle a little bit. And race control gives our 333 car, and that's the Iron Vision STS GT4. And the other car there already a little noting. So, what do we have here? We have Team Hoisingveld in second position again. So, nicely managed overtake there against the Urano car. King Media, that's the one Andre Melchiors is piloting. Now into the carousel for the first time under race conditions. Let's see what they can manage here. Yeah, it looks like Sentkovsky found a little bit more pace through the corners than they both BMWs did in his Mercedes. Not to forget, the Mercedes is a very planted car. Can't stress that enough, but the BMW is equally as fast, if not faster on some occasions. But again, BMW building their GT3 car on a broadly available saloon, or coupe rather, than the super sports cars that Mercedes and Audi and Lamborghini are bringing in. Same concept with the M6. They had the talk during the new GT3 DTM about the tire choice, and BMW being one of those teams in the M6 struggling with the softer tire compound they choose. But well, we will see once that is going. But what we will see maybe will be a fight between those guys. Epic Sim Racing Yellow and SimSport Cup. No, they're 2 seconds behind. So who's that in front then? That's Sim Racing Schweiz White and Sim Racing Cup. Now we got the right cars. Half a second between both of those, between Simon Amoser and René Osterkamp, who are giving their all to get things going a little bit quicker. But don't forget, if you bin the car here into the walls, you will start dead last for the main race. And that's maybe a disadvantage to take, but don't forget, you always take points home in this race as well. So it's not just for fun laps and starting position, it's also for crucial championship points. And you can see Lars Baumler having issues trying to shake off René Penque there. Porsche still chasing the BMW behind. Coming up now as well to the mighty Kesselchen sector with the Mood Kurve. Curve of courage, like some people call it. And we got Lance Stroll, I think. Okay, let's look then. Osterkamp, can you do something? Not quite. He's getting further and further away. So let's see then, Arn Vision STS, the 69 car. Can he take the position from T3 Esports Alpha here on the start-finish straight? They go for an aggressive maneuver to the inside of the pit wall, which was not defended at all by the Lamborghini. So let's see, maybe on the brakes into the turn, they can get an advantage. No, not yet. So, trying to turn in early. Oh, still keeping themselves to the outside. If they can hold it, I mean, that does mean there's a chance. Oh, and there was contact between those two guys, between DS Vision and the T3 Esports Alpha car. So yeah, I'm gonna have a look at that in the replay, because on that side you couldn't see anything. That might have been the Lamborghini not giving much space. That might have been the BMW, well, needing too much space. We will see. But now they find themselves back in position 13. Or 12 rather, in a fight with Raceline, Phoenix and Racegitter. First lap done then, as well, for the Cup 2 category, and I heard I think the odds in that matter might be between, well, that might be on T3 sides, from what I've heard as well. There we go, we got a little fight in the back, we got a little fight in the front. Simmer C maybe taking the lead in this lap already. Being in the second lap this time. Let's hop then to the rear of Schubert Motorsport GT4, who is followed by SimSport. The GT4 class, the SP10, very, very close still together. I see the 4th position is still with them. Oh, there might have been a break between those two cars. No, it's the 5th position in there. So there are a few cars missing, actually. Let's see how far back they are. Well, let's keep on vision. Keep on racing and Team Race. They're like 4 seconds behind the pack we are watching right now. In the meanwhile, Lars Baumler managed to get away 2 seconds. He could just seam past the Audi Sport Bridge there. As the drafting on the Dettinger Höhe begins. Nicely managed. Now there comes maybe an overtake. A little bit late. But they're still trying to go for it. And there we have it. Christian Bug is ahead of René Penquet, DE Sim Sport, with a mighty maneuver that we've seen in the past in the real world of DNLS, NLS, no D. At least with only 3 laps of racing. We don't have any pit stops around. We got quite some cars already in the pit lane. Oh, it's destroyed. There's a late braking of a Porsche, and I think that's the one from which was a Ringifiziert Sim Racing, Sören Mats Gerhardt, who kind of misanticipated that turn in and the braking zone, which threw, of course, Schubert Motorsport far off from the rear of Christian Bug. Now Niklas Schäfer from an Adrenalin E-Motorsport GT4 is right at the rear. And there is, of course, always a chance to get a position, to get a crucial position for the start. As you can see, the race control bringing in more and more incidents. So, that's the Huizinga car in the SP3T category. Tim de Vries trying to get around that car in his Impulse Racing Audi. Still following around, the SP3T being all the same car like in the Porsche Cup, depending very heavily on any setup you make and of course your driving style, which can always change a lot. .28, 0.26, 0.25 closing. But it's not going to be the overtake here. We're not going through the narrow chicane. We're going through the GT chicane over there. Back onto the best 20 kilometers of tarmac that I know in the world. Second place is the road actually going from Nürburgring to Adenau. Downhill and uphill, a lot of fun. It's about 12 kilometers. Or 10, I don't know. But it's quite fun to drive on there. But it's even more fun to watch these guys racing as hard as they do. So a little bit further in the back we've seen some more cars, but here we see the GT Temple racing car. GT Temple, a name which exists in sim racing for many, many years. More than a decade it should. Yeah, we've come to the point already, or you can say we do sim racing more than a decade. I mean, you've got Gunnar Miesen, who's doing it for more than 2 decades, but in the example of iRacing, we're a decade and a few years already, so, and look how far they've come. I mean, I never imagined having an Audi RS3 in there, or the Nürburgring for that matter. Back then, it was a big deal when it came online, and we can see people racing here every time, and it's still melting PCs trying to load in. Oh, there was a mistake from Schubert in the BMW, I think it was. At least we can see that Epic Sim Racing Red did not do that mistake and still keeps on the rear of the German Sim Racing Purple VBLM car with number 101. Lukaszek being quite a fast driver, especially in the Lamborghini compared to the BMW, looks tiny. Coming over the bumps. Few chances to go before the Digital Nürburgring. It's always a good thing to stay behind. Might not always, but most of the times, to stay behind the driver in front. But at least to the Digital Nürburgring before you try to start an overtake. Otherwise, there might be payback very, very quickly. Look on the left side then. There we got the fight between the 5th and 6th position overall. Between Phoenix Racing, Esports, DNLS and the RN Vision STS BMW. They're still fighting hard. We got a 5 km/h difference between those two drivers. Which doesn't seem like a lot, but it's enough in the long run. Be closer and closer. So we will run out of laps before we run out of time. That is always a good thing. So that's the last chance for RN Vision STS, the last approximately 8 minutes they have to actually try to get around them. Just as a comparison, 7:53.169, that's the lap time of Balaziotis. 7:53.792 was the last lap of Kevin Volk, which was incident free because it counted towards the best lap time. Various Balaziotis didn't do that well. Don't be misleaded by the numbers below. Now we got it right. It's the fight for 5th position here. I don't know about you guys. Let me know. Do you like the coloring of the Lamborghini as much as I do? Because that looks absolutely fantastic in my opinion. So maybe an attack? No. Basilio's still staying behind. It might come somewhere. He's using his flashlight already. He's got some damage on the hood as it looks like on the driver's side. Not too sure though. Let's go through the Hatzenbach section then. One of my favorite sections of the track. The other one is part after Hohe Acht, before the Dietinger Höhe. It really flows very nicely. But so does Adenauer Force when you come into it after the Fuchsröhre, the foxhole. Get up there, fly through the corner blindly on the inside curb. Love it. Getting closer and closer between those two guys. Lifetime even thought they're getting too close for comfort. They eased a little bit more off. I'm gonna see a replay right now of the iLiveries incident. What happened there? iLiveries 5 Sports Red, the number 41 car. Oh, they got knocked out by Progressive Sim Racing Bravo. I think it looks like the 111 was so late and on the brakes they couldn't make it, and now you have the thing that these GT3 cars have a turning radius of a bus, can't get them around. So let's look back then at the GT4, at the SP10, who are also having a great fight. It's a three-way fight for the 2nd position, and it should be the penultimate lap for them. They should still have one to go, which might prove interesting with those 3 cars still running for a second. Oh, what are you guys doing? I thought someone was gonna go through the middle, but now they're drafting side of them. Maybe someone is gonna turn in front of the Porsche now, and yeah, there goes your draft. And now what? Gonna fall behind? You're gonna go for it? Yeah, they pulled back in behind. So Simsport, 2nd position, going into the final lap now. Then Schubert in 3rd, and Adrenaline in 4th. You can see Lars Baumler having quite a comfortable lead, 3.4 seconds. That's quite a bit. So let's see again. Porsche going out as well. Damn, and the race control giving up penalties left, right and center. So let's see here. It's fight for position 1 for the grid and also for the points as a first winner of the evening in their class. Simon Amoser for IS Sim Racing Schweiz Cup doing a great job here, defending René Osterkamp at the moment. Got a slight blinking of the car behind. That's him having connectivity issues. W&S Motorsport, Lukas Lippert. Next driver behind with, wow, 10 seconds of a gap. And that's Deutsche Payment and Race Union with Marvin Otterbach at the wheel. And, oh, Lukas Lippert might be having problems. He might not be able to take the start of the main race. Let's see then. 0.4 seconds through Piff Puff. Still doing great. Miss it miss. Also well done taken by both of them in front. Yeah, Lippert's still having these connection issues. That's gonna give him a headache through the main race if that continues. But we will have a replay of an overtake from the RM Vision. The fight that we followed for a while, just before going to the GT4 and then switching over to the Cup 2 positions. So that is something that we can have a look at in a moment. So who bets their money on SimRC Cup 2 passing IS Sim Racing Schweiz Cup? I'm not, because I'm so uncertain, because they're both very, very strong drivers. Amoser and Osterkamp, both of them are definitely capable of putting something together on track and not binning it after X minute. So let's look then towards the cutscene section. They finally closed the back on that moment. Oh, and there they found the gap and they took it. No chance for Phoenix there apart from defending. Yeah, they were dedicated to take it. That was a very, very nice overtake on that second part of the Nordschleife. Adrenalin E Motorsport 1, Dominik Stein. He is going in with 2.3 seconds of a gap. That closed down. That was about 3 seconds just beforehand. So you can see the effect of drag reduction due to the slipstream and obviously due to the speed of the Mercedes. I don't remember the Mercedes having a better top speed than Adrenalin than the BMW. So that might be that the BMW is driving a little bit more aggressive, a less aggressive setting on the wings. More downforce, probably. Cannot know without interviews, obviously. But there we go. Adrenalin E Motorsports #1 takes the checkered flag as a first here on the quarter race of the third round of the VRS Cup Unity Cup, followed by our fellow Racing World car and both Urano cars. Then Iron Vision SCS finishes 5th and will start 5th after Phoenix Racing Esports DNLS 1. Kevin Falk also puts his car around the line. The Kitty BMW in the SP9 makes it 7th. Then we've got T3 Esports Alpha, Sim Racing Academy Black, and well, they were not so happy, I guess. My Skidder coming in as well. We got multiple cars. Now they still together after 3 laps, but that looks a little bit different in the main race. Great race though by all of them. I mean, 3 laps, that looks like a normal race on the iRacing service, which you can join every second hour on the hour. So let's hope that IS Sim Racing Schweiz Cup can keep their first spot to get to the line. I've seen race marshals in the GT Masters giving them penalty left, right and center, or at least warning them for not weave too much on the straight lines. And you can do that, just don't overdo it. And look at that draft they have. Simmercy Cup 2 is coming so fast. With the Meilenstiefel, you would say in German. Oh, there might be the chance for the overtake. They're taking it on the outside now. Oh, going into the corner downhill. Goes the chicane. They might take it this time by. Are they passing, not giving up yet, the Swiss guys? Ooh, and Simmercy Cup, René Osterkamp. With 3 turns to go, takes the first position. And does he take it over the line? That's the question. And there he is. Simmercy Cup wins the quali race with 0.06 seconds of a gap ahead of IES Sim Racing Schweiz Cup. Wow, what a finish. And Sim Racing Academy Red, Niklas Lars is taking it in 4th position. So second row is his starting line. Then, wow, once we go to the next race. Epic Sim Racing Yellow, 7th position. Marco Holtermann, he's still happy enough, I think. It's not the worst position that you can have. Not the best, but it's not the worst. Imports Racing and DE Sim Sport Cup 2, they make it to the finish as well. And there goes our 4F Esports Cup. René Grigol also over the line. Wolf Motorsport Sim Racing then takes it over the line as 11th with a very, very beaten up car. Looks like it planked in somewhere. Well, during the real race, that could mean the end of the race weekend, directly after qualifying. I mean, we have it a lot of times. People not being able to build up the cars anymore. As we got, I think, Sim Scene Racing on the top left of our split screen window, as Herzog Motorsport also with issues on the axle actually, moving left and right over the line. So yeah, nice race for Lars Baumler from Sim Scene. Once more over the Dittinghöhe. With this racy pack all the way behind and Adrenaline, they made their way past René Penquit in the Schubert Porsche. And now the weaving begins, everyone behind follows. You can see how far that is. If you zoom in a lot, of course, the gaps look closer than they are. So there might be an attack from Adrenaline now on the DE Sim Sport SP10 car. And can they hold it side by side through the Hohenrhein chicane? Very aggressive line there by Adrenaline and DE Sim Sport SP10. Oh, there goes the notch and they fall back even one more position. And that might be the chance now for René Penquit to get a photo finish over the line. And they might take it. And it looks like it. René Penquit takes 2nd position here for Schubert Motorsport GT4, just ahead. Oh, like really, just ahead. It was like no gap at all. Oh my god, 0.06 seconds. That's the gap there were between them. Man, that is a race. That is a finish. I mean, Adrenaline E-Motorsport GT4, they even fell behind Ringifiziert Sim Racing SP10. Woo! They might be sweating there right now. That was a very, very close call. Using out 401 and 404, they bring it back home together with a gap of about 3 seconds to the next spot. That is very well done. Congratulations to you guys. There we got Impulse Racing coming in 3rd, Tim de Vries, followed by Oliver Ackermann in the T3 Esports Delta car. In 5th then we see 5 Sport Motorsport Black, German Sim Racing Blue VVLN, and we got the WS Racing Esports 442 and the GT Temple Racing car in red of Jonas Hartmann. All the way in the back then, not too far off the rest, is Sim Projects Racing Team with Julian Fischer. They will start last in their class. But obviously, you don't always end the race as they go into it. So a lot of chances to win a race still open, especially as the main race is still coming up. We just had the quali race right now, 3 laps of pure sprint race action around the Nordschleife, around the GP track here in their VLN configuration, with a shortcut just before the Ford curves, turning right immediately, coming out just shy of the Michael Schumacher S. So, there you have it. If that race is any indication for what is about to come, then I can't wait for it. In a few moments time we will have a little bit of an advertising break. Then we will continue with the starting grid of the main race before the main race starts. Then 3 hours of racing is something that we are going to have, and I can't wait. We will have 2 pit stops at least, depending on how they come in. We will have about 2 onboard laps during that race, called Fern Immersion, where we turn up the volume and go all out for it. Then of course after the finish we will have a look at the calendar quickly again, and then obviously end the stream there. So just before the grid of the next race I will quickly take a break, and so do you as well. We will go quickly into some advertisements. See you around in a bit.
Are you spending a lot of time looking for setups and struggling for faster lap times? Are you tired of searching online for answers? Would you like to get setups, analysis and tutorials from some of the best sim racers in the world like Ralph Haller, Mitchell de Jong, Martin Krunker, Josh Rogers and many more? If so, virtualracingschool.com is the answer you've been looking for. VRS data packs provide hot laps from our professional coaches for you to analyse and replicate. They provide tutorials that walk you through the fastest laps and what the pros did to achieve the best times. And they provide the setups you need to ensure your car is competitive in both oval and road racing. If you're ready to get faster and reach more podiums sooner than later, just go to virtualracingschool.com and sign up for a free account today.